Hey, it's January 6, 2018. Just doing a little update or biography here of Bill, the dual sport dirt bike. Uh, Purchased in October 21st, 2017. And it was pretty much dual sport, probably more road than dirt, except, you know, kind of looked a little more off road, but had some pretty bunk street tires on it. Bought it with 600 miles used up at Hangsters in Wisconsin. Have yet to receive a title or a plate for it, though. I'm going to contact them at the 3-month mark. In any case, a little recap of what we've done. First thing I did on this bike was this, two things in the same time. I put an LED headlight in there. That's the original stock glass, but there's a bright, kind of more of a blue 7,000 lumen LED headlight by Cyclops. And I also added that little toggle switch right there, which will kill all the lights, brake lights, headlights, when riding off-road. So from there, did a bunch of other things on this bike. In total, I put a power commander in there so I could adjust the fuel injection. They come really lean from stock and run warm, in my opinion, and they really are kind of corked when you don't get as much power. Along with that, I added the FMF exhaust, or just slip-on exhaust right there. That'll kind of let a little more air through. So if I'm going to richen it up with the power commander, I'm going to let more air through to kind of balance that. All right, so then added little LED turn signals, and I got rid of the big, and there I have some pictures but not a video. I got rid of these big honking turn signals and tail lights. Turn signals kind of stuck out over here on each end, and the tail light was kind of way down here, sticking way out. So that's an integrated turn signal tail light there. I added new tires, put the Dunlop 606s on here. My first off-road ride with the Dual Sport Club. Jason and I joined. First turn in the dirt, my front tire washed out and I went flying. Not officially, but I felt like I had a couple bruised ribs. Lasted about 6 weeks. First 3 weeks of pretty good rib pain, and popped my shoulder out, my right shoulder. So I went and got new tires right after that. So what else did I do? Just recently added the Ricochet off-road skid plate down there, and the highway dirt bike handguards, which are a Christmas gift along with the Ricochet off-road skid plate. Highway dirt bike handguards are really beefy. Their price is high. Extra $50 to add the 2 mirrors is kind of what put them up above and beyond their competitors, like the HRB, or however the hell you want to pronounce that. But these mirrors are pretty nice. They flip out and tuck away for off-road use. I also beefed up the suspension. The suspension on this bike was made for, I don't know, man, 120-pound lightweight little dude. I'm a 240-pound, 250-pound rider, without gear. So I put a 600-pound coilover spring in there. That blue spring you'll see in there. And I also added a progressive spring with about 1 inch of preload for my front shocks. These shocks are not dirt bike shocks, or forks rather, or shocks for that matter, right? No real adjustments on them. You can adjust the dampening a little bit by tightening up the spring down in there. However, the modifications I made were a massive improvement. I can still go a little tighter on the front forks if needed, and I have plenty of room to go on that rear spring. It's basically backed all the way out, and I'm just about at the point now after about a month break-in, I'm going to ready to kind of tighten that rear spring up probably in the spring before I tighten the spring up in the spring. Yeah, so the bike's name is Bill, for Bill Murray. And I think that's about it. What did I say? I got the tires, the suspension, the headlamp, the light kill switch, LED upgrade. Oh, I put a K&N filter in there, of course. Yeah, I had to put a little adapter for the turn signals to make sure they blip slow. An extra $30 piece, which I wasn't really too excited to do, but just to make sure I did it right, that's what I did. Yeah, I like it. It's an easy bike to learn how to ride. Anybody could go and ride this bike, anybody. And it's a blast off-road. I did buy a 14-tooth gear. I haven't put it in yet. People go back and forth on that, 14 or 16. The stock is 15. Stock is fine, but I'd like wheelies, and I'm thinking be able to pop wheelies a little easier and climb hills and stuff. More interested in off-road than on-road. I work too far away. This is not a commuter bike at all. Buzz around town, and we'll see. The 14 gear might be too aggressive as far as that goes, so it's an easy swap. All right, that's it. Talk to you later.